Hey, my name's Steve, and I live in San Francisco, California, and today we're going to be cooking a barbecue bacon pizza with mushrooms, onions, a little bit of garlic, and barbecue sauce. It's going to be great. So the ingredients we're using today, we have mushrooms, just regular store-bought mushrooms, store-bought onions. You can buy really any kind. If you like your pizza a little sweeter, the red onions work well, but I'm going to stick with yellow. Your basic garlic, any cooked bacon, you can go with sweetness on that too. You can go with the ones that taste like maple, but I'm just going with the standard applewood smoked, something you can buy at the store. And mozzarella cheese, not really particular on that as long as it's mozzarella. And these are just some cut onions, and we have our barbecue sauce. A little bit of flour you're going to need for the base of the pizza and when you're preparing the dough, and that's it. So the first thing we're going to be doing is prepping all of the ingredients. I like to start with the mushrooms first. Let's start with the mushrooms. Anyway, so I live here in San Francisco, and one of my favorite things to do is see the city from a bike, like a motorbike. I have a 1978 Honda motorcycle, and I also have a little tiny 1986 scooter, a little Honda scooter that I like to take around the city. So it's really fun on a random Saturday or random Sunday when I don't have work to really go explore the hills and places where I'm too lazy to walk or don't want to find parking, too lazy to drive. And really, it's an interesting way to see the city and it really experience the different parts of the city that you wouldn't normally go to on foot or by car. So right now, just grating the cheese. Any standard grate will do. Nothing fancy about this. Anyway, so a little bit more about me. I'm going on a trip in about a week and a half to go visit my brother who lives in Indonesia. One of the things I really enjoy doing is traveling. I took a trip a year and a half ago to Argentina. I'd like to go to Puerto Rico and spend some time in Puerto Rico. The trip I'm going to this month is to Taiwan, just to go visit Taiwan and do a little surf adventure in the south of Taiwan. So I'm really excited about that, about traveling. So now we're going to start on the dough portion. What I like to do, because I love things that make my dinner cook faster, is I just call my local pizza shop and ask if they can sell me a dough ball. Not every shop will sell them to you. Some covet their own for their own reasons, but if you can find a local pizza shop that'll sell you a dough ball, especially if they'll stretch it for you, it costs $3 or $4 and it saves you the hassle of dealing with the dough on your own. And they even give you a nice big pizza box. Well, they even give you a nice big pizza box to carry it home in case you need to take the pizza and go with you if you guys are going to go, if we're going to go on a... Oh wait, let's start that over. So now we're going to blind bake the dough. What blind baking does is it's a really high temperature cook that will cook the dough just enough to kind of create a seal around it, and it will bake the sauce in too. So it's something you do before you technically put the pizza in the oven. It's something you do just for the dough and the sauce. So I have my barbecue sauce instead of a traditional marinara or pizza sauce or whatever you normally use. So just put some barbecue sauce on here. And it will settle in the oven, so you can be creative with the way that you put it on, as little or as much as you like. And now it's ready to be put in the oven. And the only thing to remember when you are dealing with the dough is to make sure you have flour on whatever you're baking it on. I'm using a stone, so it probably won't stick that much, but if you're using a cookie sheet or something else, flour is really good to put underneath it. So just put the pizza dough in, and it's going to blind bake for just a few minutes, maybe 5-6 minutes, and it's going to be set at about 450. It's got to be real hot initially. So now I'm finishing up the rest of the bacon. Because it's going to go in the oven again, it doesn't really matter if it's cooked completely. You want to cook it to where it's not really undercooked, but because it's going to go in the oven, it's going to get cooked again anyway. So just finishing up the bacon. So the pizza's now out of the oven, and we're going to start putting the ingredients on. So this is the cheese, this is the mushrooms, the onions, the garlic. Feel free to put any salt and pepper, and of course the bacon. So now we're going to start putting on some of the cheese here. What I do for work actually here in San Francisco, it's kind of a cool gig. I work for a nonprofit, and I have a few responsibilities, but one of the main ones is teaching children K through 6 engineering concepts, basic engineering concepts. So I go to schools and do daily or weekly programs with them, teaching them how friction works, or what a bearing does, or what load means, or what circular motion means. And we do it all through Legos. So it's a pretty fun gig to show up and do the entire instruction and run a session through the year when we're really playing with Legos and getting our point across with Legos. So kind of a cool gig, and that's what I do with most of my time. Yeah, that's based here out of San Francisco. So it's a pretty fun way to get paid. So our pizza is ready to go, and we've got mushrooms, bacon, onions, garlic, a little bit of salt, and of course cheese. So it's ready to go in the oven at 325 for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick the dough is from the place you bought it from. So here we go. Alright, and like I said, that's going to sit for maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll wait for that to finish. Alright, so about 25 minutes have passed, and our pizza should be done. Looks great. So voila, we have our barbecue bacon pizza with onions and mushrooms. And if I'm not cooking pizza, some other things I like to cook are baked chickens and doing kind of elaborate wok pasta dishes. So if you're interested in what you saw today, check out some of my other videos. I'd like to see you sometime soon. I have a great mom.